T Wood, what's good? Before we go into your history with NFTdraft, which is how I usually start our collab projects, I just want to say that T Wood, what's good here is local to me and wild, wonderful. Hold on. I got an audio for this. In the heart of wild, wonderful West Virginia. That's right, West Virginia. Not only that, but T Wood, what's good here, brought me to Wax. I met him. When did we meet? Do you know what year we met? T Wood, what's good?
2011, 2010, something like that.
I want to say before that. I want to say 2008 or 2009. And it was in college in a tiny little town called Montgomery, West Virginia. WVU Tech. It's not WVU. People might think it is. It's a sister school that's way smaller than WVU. It's a tech school. That's where I got my degree in drafting. Did you ever get your degree, boy? Or you were just there for fun?
Looking back, I guess I was just there for fun, huh? I was going to be a pharmacist.
Looking back, you don't need your degree too, right? Here you are, working for NFTdraft. Who knows? Who knows where life will take you? But that's where we met. I was in a fraternity. He was in a different one. It was a very tight-knit school, so all the Greeks knew each other. And then beyond that, after I graduated, I stayed in the town. I worked at 7-Eleven for 3 months. He got me the job. I don't know how long you were there. Jeez. Way longer than you need to be.
Way longer.
I worked there for 3 months with him and quit and moved on with what I'm doing. But ConsumerBreak has been ongoing for that long, since 2011. I have a very long story. ConsumerBreak.com/story. You can learn all about the tragedies and mishaps that happened to get where we are. But Travis here, he knows everything that happened all the way since day one. He saw it. He was there in the very beginning, beta testing, all 2011, all the way up. All the different things that we tried to do. We finally launched in 2017, a very primitive iOS-only app. Then in 2019, we launched an Android app, and we had more stuff with it. Then in 2020, we had a little bit of capital, and we gave out tons and tons of cash money to lots of people. And we had hundreds and hundreds of games, and it was an insane time. Again, you can read about it in the link below there. And then that also didn't work out. We didn't grow enough to get the sponsors to supplement. It's very hard to get Web2 sponsors to do anything if they don't have traffic. So then in 2021, I was back into pivot mode. That's when I designed Student Break and Bible Break, which are upcoming new apps as well. And then we was learning all about NFTs and stuff and crypto, the big boom, right? Spring 2021. And Travis here has been into Wax already at that time for a year or two. So we're going to get into that next, how you got into it. But you told me then, you were like, hey, there's all these projects on Wax. They're launching with a future game. They're creating NFTs and selling them for a future game. And they don't have a game. And you have a game. You should create a collection so you can have your game, because you already have a game. You can sell NFTs for your game. That exists. And it made a lot of sense. So that's how I got into Wax. He introduced me to Blue Dragon, BDAO, as well as Ryu Crypt from White Dragon. That's why they all have team roles in the ConsumerBreak Discord. If anyone wonders, that's why. They're not actually team members, but they got me going. And they answered all that I needed to know to create a collection. And that is how we started. And in fact, at the beginning, we thought of even launching a token, a fungible token, maybe in the future. That's not anywhere close to now. But we decided on NFTs, and then also, instead of just random or whatever, like badges and things for the puzzles, I decided to make an actual card collection with it, because I was already working with an artist, and they had all these packs and blends. T Wood here, telling me about packs and blends and how awesome they are, and how cool, how easy it is to create them. And that's how we came up with Hybrid Creatures collection. Just me working with the artist and blends and art and creatures, and that's how it all came about, y'all. So T Wood has not only been here since the beginning of the collection, he's been here since the beginning of ConsumerBreak in 2011, when we were college buddies. Man, a lot has happened since then, my guy. A lot has happened since then.
Time flies, man.
Woo! What a decade for me. Anyway, so with that preface, I just want to shout all that out because I'm just it has changed my life a bit in the past year and a half. Everything that Wax and the streams are bringing to my projects. Now we have a community that's playing not for a bunch of cash prizes out of pocket. So they're here for us. And then that turned into NFTOPIA. So it's like every year something crazy different happens for us. Anyway, T-Wood here is what kick that into gear a little bit. All right. So with that, T-Wood, what's good? Why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got into crypto, how you got into Wax, and how you got into NFTdraft before we start screen sharing?
I think with crypto it was more of almost like an accident, because I'd always seen Bitcoin and stuff back in the day, but there really wasn't a way to, buy it. I actually had a guy, do you remember Levi Thornton? Mm-hmm. He gave me some Bitcoin. Don't even know where that went. Probably had a bunch of money. You know what I mean?
Sitting somewhere.
Back when he was building that, yeah. But it was almost by accident. Just like Cash App had introduced stocks, where you could buy stocks on your Cash App or whatever. And I bought some AMC for like $1.50. It was during COVID, and I thought it was the Walking Dead people. I didn't even know it was the theater people, because I thought you know what I mean. So like after I seen that I'd bought or whatever, and started looking, buy before you research type stuff. I looked into it. I bought the theater. Well, that was like right before they memed it, so like that was like a 20 times. You know what I mean? On that, because I bought it for like $1 something, and then turn around and I had gotten Robinhood, right? And that was right when they introduced like their little crypto stuff at the bottom, where they were showing their, they started doing crypto or whatever. And then it was just on from there, really. I got crypto.com app or whatever, started buying. I honestly just bought random stuff, but back in the time that I was doing it, you could buy anything and make money. You know what I mean? But it went from there. It's I had seen Wax on the crypto.com app, but it wouldn't let you like withdraw or nothing. So I went looking into that, found Crypto Monkeys, and they had their little AW thing with the mining, and we on from there, baby. You know what I mean? It's just been on and on since then. Got lucky with the TLM boom, all that stuff.
So how exactly did you discover Wax? Because there's a lot of cryptos that are on the exchange. What stuck out with Wax when you're and then led you to Crypto Monkey?
Well, it was cheap, and it was like on the top, whatever, the little thing that showed you the cryptos or whatever.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Crypto Monkeys from there though. It's like once I found that, I found AW, then Crypto Monkeys, and it was on from there. I got real lucky with TLM blowing up and stuff.
Nice.
Kind of jump started.
And I know you told me like I already said when you first got me into this stuff, you love your packs. You got lucky a lot with packs. Tell us a little bit about that. And yeah,
it's I don't know what it is, man. It's like, if there's a high rarity in a pack, I'ma pull it. I don't understand what it is.
So it kind of got you sucked into the space. The fact that you have digital packs that we all love, that you get to get something that you don't know, is a little surprise, and with a chance of something better than others, and that's what really pulled you in, right?
Well, that and like I like to open baseball card packs and stuff, physical. So like you can't really beat how convenient it is. If you feel like you're doing a little bit gambling or whatever, you want to go pop a pack, it's right there, baby. You know what I mean? You can buy some wax and get to work. Like, you ain't got to go to Walgreens and buy a blaster and then get disappointed that you got all base. You know what I mean?
Heard that. Yeah, very convenient, very quick, right there. Very easy to get right from the market too. I mean, obviously the drops and everything else, but like if you're just, that's what's the beauty of the market, is like any collection on Wax, you just literally go and see what other people have and are offering, and you can have it like that. Like, hey, I want to open that right now. Boop, that's yours. You got it. Very cool. How about NFTdraft? How did you discover and get into that, and then elevate your way up to a community manager?
It's a friend that I had in the space at the beginning that turned out to be kind of crappy. We ain't gonna go there, but he had sent me the link to the draft or captain packs or draft packs that was back in the day on the atomic market, where you could like look through every drop that was happening. I don't know if he was here for that, but it used to be sweet. You used to be able to go through and like scroll every drop. But we seen that. We bought it. We got in the Discord, started talking. He needed some help, and kind of just went from there. And I never left. You know what I mean? Stuck around. Actually, been working full time for him probably the last 6 months or so. I think March, probably about 5 months working full time.
Left the gas station, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. I love it.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. So NFTdraft is a company. They're doing great things, and they have some funding as well, and they've announced that, and they've hired T-Wood. I think it's a beautiful thing. A lot of times, wax projects don't have the capital to hire people, and a lot of people do it for volunteers. So this is great, and you really got a lot of exciting stuff coming up here in the next season. Can you tell us maybe a little bit about? How about just before you screen share, just a quick background of what the heck NFTdraft is, and then how your first 2 seasons went, and what's different this season?
Fantasy football on the blockchain. You pick your quarterback, your defense, and what's different about us is you're not restricted to like say setting like an actual team. You can go in, you can have you're required a quarterback and a defense, but besides that, like you can freestyle anything you want. You can have like wide receivers, running backs, full team tight ends. Say there's some limit. I'll show you later. There's some limitations on the lineups, but we're really the most, I don't even know, flexible in your lineups. We created a new position, defense plus kicker, so it's 2 positions in one. So you save the slot of playing a kicker. Our first 2 seasons was pretty rough. Our first season, our devs knew fantasy football and the things that we needed for that, but they weren't really the best at blockchain. The second season, we had good blockchain devs, but they didn't understand the features needed for fantasy football. Near the end of that season, it got really, really jacked up. Like the automatic payments wouldn't go through. We had to do everything manual, so things got behind for a couple weeks. But that's where this season just blows my mind, because it's 3 weeks into the preseason, and every problem that we've ever had is we don't have to worry about it anymore. We're already doing payouts for the preseason.
Because you had a whole revamp, right? New devs, new everything.
Yeah,
a complete redo of the whole back end and everything, right? For this season?
So yeah, y'all probably know the devs doing it. This Apex NFT Brazil. They do a lot of games on Wax. If you're building a Wax game and you need Wax devs, I'd hit them up for real. Because they, like, any problems we go to them with, they take care of it.
Yeah, and they've done dev for MetaSource games, Castles, Novo Pangea, and Nifty Kicks, and NFTdraft, and others.
And they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? And that's something that we haven't had. So it's like right now it's in the preseason, and anybody that's been with us for the last 2 years know that we was notorious for launching on the day that the season started. But I think this is the 3rd preseason week, and the site's better than I've ever seen it. It's responsive. You'll see in the team creation later. It's we even have it to where it auto sorts your best cards by what you have. So like the card that's going to get the most points, or projected to get the most points that week, will be the first card that you see in your inventory when you're setting your lineup. Later on in the closer to the season, next couple weeks or so, there will be a button you can just click and it'll make your team for you. One click, your team's done. Yeah, with your best cards.
You make it really simple, including for noobs that don't even know anything about the NFL. You can still get cards and have the game create your team for you based on what it thinks is the best for your lineup. That doesn't mean it's going to perform the best. So the people that do know their stats really well, that's when they could outsmart the bot per se, because of stats that are happening that week from the players. So the way fantasy football works is you create a hypothetical football team based on real life players in the NFL. And then when those real life players are playing real football, their stats work toward your team, and then that's how you have a tournament. So in real fantasy football, usually you're creating a team out of the players. You're choosing the players. Here on NFT Draft, your team is made out of positions. It's not based on the actual name of the player. So as players get traded around, that doesn't actually matter. What matters is the position and the team. And that's what your cards will be. And then that can also be used in future seasons. Is that right? Or upgrade? Yep. Or yeah. Because it doesn't matter. Your teams aren't switching all over because of the real life player trades. It's based on just, hey, I'm banking on this team and this position based on whoever's playing that position during the season. And again, that knowing your stats, knowing NFL is going to help you with that when you do know the players and their stats. But even if you don't, the game will still create your lineup based on what it thinks is the best. So very quick overview.
It's so say like me, the last couple of weeks, I haven't went in doing my teams with like any strategy. Like I'm just bug testing. I'm clicking to make sure stuff works. You know what I mean? And out of like the 4 teams that I put in last week, just from doing that with the projected, 3 of them was in the money. Like one team, I think I got 11th place with just clicking the projected. So but I kind of have an advantage with that because I have so many cards. You know what I mean? So I have more cards.
So the more cards, the better odds of having a better team, right?
Yeah, because like the way that we do the seasons or season packs each year, it's each of our cards in the top left has a point cost, and each year that changes depending on how they performed the prior year. So say 2 years ago, Green Bay QB1 was a 20-point card because it was Aaron Rodgers. Now I think this season it's only 15 or 16. So like say in the long run, you would rather have that 15 or 16 point Green Bay QB1 if they ever happen to be good again. You're saving 4 points on because you get between 95 and 130 points to make your team. Those 10 cards you pick have to fall in that parameter. So you can't just go in and put, 10, 20 point cards in.
Oh, okay. Has to balance it out. All right, cool. So that was a nice overview. That's a nice overview. Let's get some visuals up in here. Let's get the screen share up. Boom. And let you just take it over visually. Now we're going to rotate back to the Grubfish here in just a hot jiffy. So he's going to give a quick overview on how to create a team, and then we'll play a Grubfish for promo packs. Everybody gets a card in the Grubfish. Everybody that plays the next Grubfish will get a random card, and also one person will get a starter pack, and a few people will get a promo pack. So we got lots of prizes here, all right? Let's let him give us an overview, and then we'll play a Grubs. Go for it.
So, like I was saying, the number in the top left is how much it costs to play. Team name syncs with the player from a professional team. Player name associated with that position will superimpose on your card the day of the tournament. I wanted to highlight this because I think this is the coolest damn thing. Oh, cool. They got all the banners and stuff up. Cool. Yeah, so this is all new. If you looked earlier, you would not have seen this.
Oh.
Let's see. I done got distracted. I got seen that and got distracted. What was that show?
Well, we want to learn from a new perspective. So let's say, without actually getting cards. Well, first of all, yeah, how would I get cards? What packs options are available as drops? And then obviously you got the market.
Yeah, I'll see the market. But
what is a starter pack? What's a promo pack? Look, we got other packs here. Is it just numbers of cards? And then like what types of rarities and all that?
We'll see. A promo pack comes with 3 season 3 common cards, and then a starter pack, you're guaranteed to get what you need to make a team. So say like you get 4 promo packs, you might not pull a quarterback or a defense to be able to make a team because you're required a quarterback or defense. Starter pack will make sure you're set up. Draft pack, you get 20 cards and a standout on top of it. And another thing with the draft pack, I'm pretty sure it opens up to a silver ticket and a support token. And the silver tickets, if you collect enough of them, you can blend up to the golden ticket that you need to enter the Super Bowl raffle later. And say the captain pack, you can get all rarities in the draft pack. You can't in the starter. The captain pack, all rarities, 120 cards. You get a team captain on top of it, so it's really 121 cards. And you get a team captain on top of it. That comes with a glowing ticket, which you need 3 to blend into a golden ticket, which is the entry into the Super Bowl later.
Nice.
You got 120 cards in that bad boy.
That's a bad boy. Yeah, I was reading a couple comments. Sully said that's awesome to hear. Going to be a great season. I heard that. Players sync to positions weekly. Okay, cool. Good to know. You can enter many teams if you have enough players NFTs. Oh, that's kind of cool right there.
You can enter up to 50.
Up to 50. So stack them up and you don't have to just choose one team. I only have 446 cards. I need more.
Only.
I heard that. So, yeah, and then you say the bigger packs, they're going to have the silver token, and you can blend that up.
Have the silver.
How many blends?
It might be 5 for a glowing. I'll have to check on that. We've been changing the blends for it as we run out. It's like support tokens. You used to be able to blend them 1 for a silver ticket, but now you have to have 5 support tokens to blend for a silver ticket. So now you probably need like 70, 80 support tokens to blend up to a golden ticket now.
Dang, that's a lot. But if you have the golden ticket, yeah, right. And if you do have the golden ticket, how is that working? It's entering you into a drawing for the Super Bowl. Is that just one drawing, or how? Tell us about that.
It's one entry for the drawing. So at closer to the end of the season, right before we need to figure out who won and get all that stuff sorted out, I'll do a drawing, and the way that you enter is you will send these golden tickets to superbowl.gm. It's already set up. The wallet is. I think we only have 1 ticket because I haven't really pushed that yet. But you'll send your ticket there. Probably just do a big old grubfish at the end of the season.
Big old grub. Yeah. That'd be an intense grubfish for Super Bowl tickets, y'all. But to get into that, you need the golden ticket. So there you go. Yeah. So you gotta grind for
another
that.
Thing about the golden ticket too, it doubles at our investment company, Sky High Capital. It does this thing. It's I do the drawing every Friday. It's every week throughout the season. I think we got like 15 more drawings, but you enter your golden ticket into that, and you have a chance at a funding pass where you can go and pitch your project or idea to the investment company that funded us.
Mm-hmm. And NFTOPIA is considering that, but we need to have one of those funding passes. So that's a little. So you're using the same golden ticket for that drawing as well to get the funding pass.
That's the thing, though. If you use it in the funding pass, you can't use it for the Super Bowl. And if you use it for the Super Bowl, you can't use it for the funding.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, the funding pass is for very serious Web3 projects ready to elevate their game, and they're investing in any Web3 project or game, but they will only consider if you have the pass. So that's that. All right, cool. So. We're gonna play a grub very soon, but now that you got your cards, can you show us real quick how you would build your team and the option of it auto building for you, and then we'll play a grub, and then we can look at the different tournaments and how strategies and prize, all that kind of good stuff. But this is how easy it is right here.
Okay, so you got total cards up here. Every team must have 10. This is your cost, 95 between 130. You can have up to 2 defense, kicker, any sort of mix of that, but you at least have to have 1. You have to include 3 season 3 cards in your lineup, and you have to have 1 quarterback, but you can have a max of 2. So when you go in, now this is something I've been wanting to show off. It's like, check that out. You hover the card, and the name and the picture of the dude pops up.
Oh, and that is based on who's playing that position, right?
Whatever their depth chart says sync to.
Okay.
And see, the only thing about preseason is none of really the people that are on the high depth charts are playing, so it's going to recommend that you use the lower in the depth chart. See, this guy, he's projected 17, but he's a wide receiver 5. See, this is really all I do preseason anyway. Just go through.
And you can play somebody asked if the cards are only good for one season. No, because right here
No.
you have season 1 and 2, and you're using them. Is that right?
Yep.
But you
have to
need at
include
least three season 3. Is that what you said?
Yep.
So you need at least 3 of the new season, and the rest of your team can be old seasons. And the same thing, I'm sure, for the next season, for season 4, whenever it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
You can
you
see
just
the
have to
art.
have
The art's
3.
different too. So that's your seasons. The cartoony one is season 1. Then you got
Yep.
the right
Season 2 right here.
That's the season 2, and then 3 has kind of the bigger bobblehead like arts on it. Cool.
And let me go ahead and flex this gold foil Denver defense plus kicker. There's a thing. It's the gold foil generator. So something about season 1 cards, they never incur a scoring penalty ever. The newer seasons will in later seasons. So right now season 2 takes a 3% scoring penalty, right? Whereas the last season. But as a reward for, people that was here in the beginning, season 1 will never take a penalty. But with the gold foil machine, season 2, you have a free roll. You can go in and run it through the machine for a chance at this, turn it into a gold foil, which basically removes a scoring penalty from it for later years. So it basically makes it a season 1.
Okay, so there are a couple perks then, which goes right with what BuzzKing asked. Can you explain the difference between season 1, 2, and 3? Well, for one, the art is different, but look, the first season gives you perks, no penalties.
Hold on, I can probably show you better. Well, if it let me.
And what else is different? What else? What's the differences?
1 second. I want to try to find it to where it pops up with all of my different ones. Okay. Well, that's not a really good example because they're the same cost. 1 second. I'll eventually find one that's different. Okay, so you see on this one, Los Angeles defense season 1 was only 9 points because they weren't as good comparatively in the scores as season 2. So season 2, it costs 11 points to play that same card. But if you have season 1, you can play it for 2 points less in your lineup. So it really becomes a sense of like, with me, I want the lowest cost card for that person no matter the season. Because for me right now, season 2 penalty doesn't even matter because it's only like 3%. I feel like you save more points, you can score more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but I just prefer having the lowest because it's the most cost-effective solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to get into the strategy a little bit and how does the stats play into you doing better on the leaderboard and that kind of stuff. But before that was a good little overview. Anybody has questions, throw them in the chats, and we'll get to them. Let's go ahead and play a Grubbers and throw some of these cards at you.
Depending on how long we're on stream, you might actually get to see some of this in real time too, because there's a game tonight at 7:30.
Oh, at 7:30. Oh yeah, we'll be on stream. Yeah. Sweet. All right. Let's go ahead and join the Grubbers. Exclamation point play in your wallet. We're gonna give. First place gets a common pin from NFTOPIA. Second place will get the starter pack for NFTdraft. How many cards was in that? 10?
Starter pack 10.
Anything special with that, or is it just 10 randoms?
It'll give you it's commons, but it'll give you everything that you need to go and set a team like immediately. You'll have like
so it has all the positions that you need to start your team with the starter pack. That's cool. And then third, fourth, and fifth will get a promo pack, if that's cool. And a promo pack is 3 cards. Are they just random?
Yeah, they're commons, but they're random.
And then every player beyond sixth and beyond will get a random card for NFTdraft from twoodwhatsgood. Thank you, Twood. How about that? The biggest grub killer can also get we'll give you a ConsumerBreak one. Biggest scrub killer gets a pack of, let's up it up though. How about a pack of 3, since this is a big boy? The biggest grub killer will get a pack of 3 promos from ConsumerBreak. Everybody that, or I mean, do I gotta say it again? Second gets a starter pack, 3, 4, 5 is a promo pack. Everyone else gets a random card. All right, 42 people in here. That's what's up, y'all. You gotta have a killer in there, man. You got it. Screws up everyone. This is a break stream. We got grub murderers. Mess it all up for everyone. Yeah, but at least everyone, no matter what, wins a card this time. So there's that. All right, let's go ahead and do it. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good luck. Add me, Interpol, first time chat. Oh man, you were a little late there. A little tad bit late. But guess what? We're still got a lot of grubfish to go before the stream's over. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 grubfish in the next 2 hours. So stay tuned and we'll have more. Good luck! Any other questions for T-Wood from NFTdraft? I'd like to go into actually, yeah, if you create a team and actually show how it's being played, and then like look at leaderboards and how, maybe explain how the stats actually play into it, like examples of how a real life player would play into your fantasy team. That's cool. And then after the interview here in an hour or so, I'm gonna look inside the metaverse where I'm at here and check out some different things, look at the different options and scenes that we have available here. See what y'all think about it. It could potentially be a future NFTOPIA space. Maybe. We'll see. What's the official collection name for Nifty Blocks, T-Wood? That's a good question because there are multiples for the different seasons.
Yeah, it's not the different seasons. It's play NFT draft for the one that you need, but NFT draft 20 and 21 cards you can convert to the new collection. See, with the past 2 seasons where we had the 2 different devs, they kind of had different views on how they should do minting and all of that. So we ended up with like 3 or 4 different schemas for like the same card. And for scalability, that is just horrible. You know what I mean? So we have
just out of making it better overall, you started a new one. So you want play NFT draft is the collection that's current, but the ones from previous ones can be converted.
And I'll show you that in a second.
Yeah, yeah. Show us how to do that. Good. All right, congratulations, Crackneck Nork with a common pin, Dark Knight with a starter pack. Then we have a promo pack for Never Say Die, Pop in Stock, and Misty 0121. Congrats! And then every single other person on the list, without me reading you got a random card from NFT Draft. Everything will be delivered by tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And then, well done to Wax Potheads with 6 more guys. You get a promo pack from ConsumerBreak, a pack of 3 promos. Well done. Well done. So y'all can go ahead and join again. We'll circle back again in just a hot jiffy, 20, 30 minutes or so. And the ones after the interview will be faster. There'll be less time in between. I created a team yesterday. Can someone tell me, hold on, if it's a good team? I'm new and trying to figure out this game.
What was your team name that you put in? I'll look at it actually.
Sweet. Yeah, tell us your team name. So there is blends from old collection and new. All right, he's gonna tell us how to convert.
Yeah, I'll show you.
There's I guess it's custom process. Before we go back to your screen share, and y'all can join the grub. Just ask friends to play in your wallet. Let's get in there. I'm back in here in this space. I guess nobody wants to hang today. That's fine. But if you wanted to, come and look at the place. See what this is. Just one area. This is just one scene. You can go to this link, bit.ly/metaverse-test, bit.ly/metaverse-test, and you'll just be able to plop in here. You can customize your avatar. You can move around. If you go over here to this back area, you can hold shift to run a little faster. It's kind of similar to Inverse, but also different. Maybe just see if it works for you, just see if it works at all. And we got a little drawings here. Looks like Randman made us a little football drawing. I like it. A little Randman drawing. Here we can go first person too. There's a lot of little options here that Inverse didn't have. But, alright. And if anybody else wants to come and draw a picture. Oops, there we go. Anybody wants to come and draw a picture on the wall, we'll look at it. We'll look at it after. Alright, let's go ahead and bring up the screen share. Here we go. Yeah, if you could start with how do you convert from old seasons.
Cool.
And then go ahead and build a team and all that.
Cool. Make sure that we're all synced up. Okay, so there's a few filters up top here now. You go through packs, cards, token tickets. These are all your packs. These are all your support tokens. So you want to go to cards. And then you'll come to the all cards tab where you'll want to go into your unstaked. When you submit a team, they become staked to the game. So you just want to go to unstaked, which you can get them back too. But you go to unstaked, you got to filter to old templates. And then you got to select the season that you want to convert to. So it's only season 1 and season 2 that you can convert. So it automatically will pull up 20. So you just pull convert. Hope everything works good.
Yeah, I don't know what that beep was, but we're good.
Assets converted successfully. But you always want to refresh after. But that's all it is, really.
So it's done right there in the website. That's how you would do it.
Hmm? Yeah, it says in the staking, or it'll say, or in the memo for when you blend or convert your cards, it'll say that you blended it. If you see that on your
Oh, okay, so it kind of does a blend, but through.
It's pretty much a super blend, but it's hidden. You know what I mean?
Nice. How do you roll for gold? Asked CS Sully. Roll for gold. That sounds fun.
So it's season 2 and season 3 only that you can roll for the gold. It has to be. You get free rolls on all of your old season 2s. For season 3, you only get the free roll if they come from a draft or a captain pack. They don't come with a free roll from the promos or the starter. But it would be the same as like how I just converted. It would be 20 up here. And you just click and it'll roll for you. And if you're lucky, you see I rolled probably 1,400 cards and only got the one.
1,400.
So, yeah, so like it's. I think I was below odds on that, like super hard.
So what's the rules on rolling? What happens? Is it like limited on how often, or is it burn the card, or what's the deal? Why can you just roll forever? What do you mean?
Well, you get one free one.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it gets because the reason why you'd want to foil some of these cards, say like if I had a Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure Jacksonville QB number 1 is the cheapest in season 2. So I would want to go and get that gold foiled so it never takes a scoring reduction later on. Because right now it takes like a 3%. It's really not that important, the 3%, but it might be in future. But yeah, you get one free roll for all old cards or season 3s out of drafts or captains. But the cool thing about it is, hold on, once you click, you can actually pay to roll again, and you can.
Oh, that's your okay, gotcha. So you got a free roll for every card.
Yep, season 2. Season 1s don't have the rolls because essentially you're trying to turn the cards you're rolling into season 1. Per se, because they don't take a scoring penalty, so that's how I refer to it. You're not really turning them into season 1.
But that's so every card you get, you can do this free roll for it. Is that right?
Yep.
So there you go. You gotta at least do that.
If they come out of draft or captain's packs, they don't get a free roll from a promo or a starter.
Oh, okay, that's a big one too then. Okay.
But any old season 2 cards you can. Like once you convert, you come here, you'll have rolls for every one of them.
Okay, so any card that you convert from old seasons, and then any cards from the bigger packs in the season 3, not starter and not promo, you can hit at least one free roll, boop, and maybe you might get the gold foil. That'd be fun. And then you can pay extra to do more rolls. All right, cool.
I've actually pulled a second gold foil. It was on a season 3 tight end one for Green Bay. The cheapest tight end that it's ever been was season 3, and I was so hyped for it, man. And then I realized it was in like my giveaway wallet, so I had to give it away. You know what I mean? I was like, damn it, roll it.
You don't want to look sus. All right, how about you look at this team from the commenter? The team name is Interpol, Interpol.
See, I couldn't find his. I need him to make sure that it's not in his. Because when you build a team, there's a transaction for saving your team, and there's a transaction to submit into the tournament. So he may have got caught on the second submitting. So just come to your team viewer, and you can see the teams that you've made and the ones that are active in the tournaments. Make sure down there it says that it's in the tournament.
Okay.
And if it's not, you can just
join
select
one.
the internet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look at your team, but yeah, while we're on this screen, there you go. Show us how to create a team. And then, I mean, it seems pretty obvious here. You just pick your cards and then enter them into the tournament.
I forgot to explain the free entry, paid entry. So every card that you have gets one free entry per week. If you would want to, say you have Kansas City QB1 GOAT, and you want to use it in every lineup that you have, that's when you could do a paid entry, because you've already used it for that once for your free entry, but you can do it again for your paid. And some tournaments are only paid only. So let me show you tournament 4. So this tournament here, it's a double or nothing tournament. So you pay $5 to get in. 50% will win double their money. 50% win nothing. And that's all it is. Oh, I see Interpulse right here. He's in the double or nothing tourney. Oh, snap. Boy going hard.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can't even look at. I probably won't be able to view his team until the game start at 7:30. Honestly, because it's kind of like a a buffer, so you can't steal my team. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah. You don't want to see what the others have.
But
so
just a little hint,
walk us through
somebody.
A tournament though. So if the game is starting, so it happens in live, like in real time per game.
Oh, real time. So say like you're watching Green Bay play, and Love throws a touchdown. You're going to get your points. Like you're going to see the update on the leaderboard that just happened.
What kinds of things score points? So if the position that you own, the position of the team that you own, that same position of that team does what? Touchdowns and what else? Just touchdowns, or how's that work?
No, it
can't be just touchdown.
It's standard PPR. If you're familiar with fantasy football, it's
I'm not so much, and there's probably some viewers that are not. So just a little overview.
It's for a pass, you get extra points for like a QB who has more passing yards. The more yards he throws, the more points he gets. Stuff like that. The more touchdowns he throws, the more points he gets.
Amount of yards that he runs with the ball, and things like that. Things that are good in the game for that position will give points to that position.
Yeah, and it's stuff like on defense. It's like sacks give your defense a point, interceptions give them 2, a safety gives them 2. Anything like, and the least points that they allow. So say they only allow 1 through 6 points, they get +7 on their score. If they allow 7 through 13 points to defense, they only get 4. So it's all tied to how they perform. I'm looking at a metric right now. I can send it to you on your Discord if you want to.
Nice.
Okay.
How did you get to the double or nothing that you're looking at? Was that one of the tournaments?
Yeah, tournament 4.
Tournament 4.
Mm-hmm. And Tournament 2 is paid only as well. You can only get in Tournament 2 if you sponsor your entry, but Tournaments 1 and 3 are free to enter.
Okay, so not all the tournaments are free, and the double or nothing one is not free. Or else
No,
it wouldn't be a double or nothing.
Yeah, it's I think it's pay $5.
Oh, okay.
If you're in the top 50%, you win 10. So like, I see some people are stacking up on that. They must be confident. I'm not that confident. When I just be picking
we got some cool possum kitties there. Is that like a profile pic or something that somebody's?
Yeah, it's that's actually a cool little thing that you can do.
Okay.
You can customize. Don't mind the boobs. I was testing avatars.
Okay. Okay.
But that is my white dragon avatar. It conveniently made that the banner when I made it my avatar. But yeah,
that works. All right.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see. So there you go. You can upload your own pic. Nice.
This guy, he got a. You do it through IPFS, so like you can.
Yeah.
Do anything.
Love that. Love that. Same thing with the CritterCraft. The custom blade. Just an IPFS. Let's just video image. Just make it simple. We're in Web 3 here. Fucking crypto. I got no clue, but go UK Wildcats. Hey, my former roommates were such diehard UK fans. It was nuts. So us Americans go crazy over college football too. But you know what they say? They're a lot more fun to watch because they actually try the hardest that they can, while the NFL players are millionaires.
Say another cool thing that we have this season too is a sweet ass leaderboard. It'll tell you who's won the most.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so,
we never had.
Yeah, there we go. Prizes. So per game, per fantasy football game. So if this tournament, is the tournament based on how long does it last? Is it like one game? Is it a whole bunch of games?
It's this week's series of NFL
week. So it's a week. A tournament is the week's games of whatever's happening.
Yeah, usually start on Thursday, end on Monday.
So if you have players from some team that's not playing that week, they're not getting points, right?
What is it?
If you have a player on your team from a real team that's not playing that week, then that position wouldn't get points.
We won't let you pick people on bye weeks.
Okay.
We'll remove them from the. Uga, you can't. Don't judge that because that was just from 1 week, and Drafter pretty much took like first through fourth. So like, yeah, he cleaned up real good.
So just look at the spread from number 1. Oh, that's Drafter, huh?
Yeah, he won first in both of the tournaments, so that looks highly inflated for him. But you know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you win first. You get paid. You know what I mean?
So
he got 1,900 wax for preseason first.
Okay.
And so prize pool.
Yeah, where's this prize pool coming from, and how is it determined? Does each tournament have its own separate thing, or how's that work?
Well, we're just adding money to the preseason right now. The pool for this week is larger than normal because Drafter won, so he just put it back in for the next week.
Oh, okay. Well, I like that. I like that if he wins.
Yeah, so all that went back into the pool, so you can win that this week. I told him not to try as hard on his teams, so
well, it sounds like everybody should be getting it. So what's the cut? When's the tournament change? So it happens weekly? Does it just change on a certain time?
See, it just it's usually, there is a certain time. I'm not sure. It might open up on Wednesday.
Okay.
But the preseason's a little funky.
Okay. Well, there's wax to be won here, especially if you win these cards, especially if you win a starter pack. I mean, geez.
I might be able to show
thing
you the
entered.
Pools. Honestly, hold on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So their NFTdraft is sponsoring the pools, flat out. Like so.
It's 20% of pack sales get put.
Okay, there you go. So they even.
And then divided by the amount of weeks in the season.
Okay, so it depends on pack sales. Great. 20% of sales goes into tournament pools. Love it.
It's like this week currently the prize pool for tournament 1's 6,000 wax. So I think first takes home 50% of the pot. So if you win first, you get 3K wax.
Dang,
And
50% goes to first, and that is
yeah,
based on the
it's a little
total
heavy.
points that your team has for that week, right?
Yep.
Dang, all right.
Then you'll see where
We're gonna have to
these
start
paid
watching
tournaments.
football, y'all.
That's where you'll see. Like now, don't mind the dates and stuff. Like I said, preseason. It's the API people pretty much told us that not to expect everything to be 100% until the first season game, like the first actual game of the season. So there might be some problems with like depth charts. I think I was watching the tournaments last week, and at one point, Philadelphia defense had like 200 points, and the next highest one on the thing was like with all 10 of their cards was only like 60 points. So once that evens out and stuff, we'll be good. But like for tournament 2 where it's a paid entry only, I mean look at this. 27 players, but the wax pool is 30 or
Yeah, God bless.
3600
Oh, an
wax.
entry fee is $3.
And each time that goes to that too.
What's the spread of the winners? Is it how far down the leaderboard do you get where you can win something, and
I'll show you.
then you don't anymore?
Well, it might show it when the game starts, but it'll actually show you who's in the money from the
Oh,
leaderboard.
okay,
It'll have a
gotcha.
little thing down here. It'll say in the money, and this week it might show how much wax that you're projected to win, but I'm not 100%. That might be next week, but I know that's coming. That it will tell you how much wax you're
Okay, but
poised to
it's not
win.
everybody though. Is it like based on a percent of the leaderboard, or is it a top X amount of people?
It's different for each
All right.
tournament. Like the last one is like 50%. I'm not
Okay.
too sure
Okay.
about the method for
So
the
if you're
first one.
in the upper half of it, there's a decent chance of getting something.
Well, in comparison, last week there was about I think 300 entries, and I think up to like 60 some. So it might be like
Okay, so maybe
20% or something for
just gotta
tournament one.
check. All
I'm not
right.
sure on that.
All
Yeah, I'm
right.
not sure on that one
Still
completely.
seems like a big spread. It's not like, but then if you are in the top, then that's the real money. If you get into first, jeez.
And all you gotta do is get lucky, man. It's like maybe not last year, but the year before that, it's Derrick Henry had a crazy game. I'm talking about he put up more points than like I had seen anybody else put up,
I
and
can
like
see. I'm not a sports watcher, but I can see how much more exciting it is when you have a player in your in a tournament, whether it's this or any fantasy football that you see on TVs like scoring and stuff. Like you're rooting for the
Mhm.
players when you're doing this stuff. You're not rooting. I mean, you might root for the team, but you're really rooting for the player or the position that you have
Yeah,
in your team. And I can see that if that person is like running, running yards, you're like, go, go. And then
get it, baby.
afterward, you can see it. So it happens how quick after the thing happens? Does it
With
attribute
a
the
little
points?
update here, just I wouldn't, I didn't get to watch a game to compare, but it updates. I'm not
That's
sure.
exciting. That's cool.
But in almost real time.
Yeah.
It
Uh,
says it
all the
says real
way
time, but it
and
might be
how
a little bit
in the
less.
season lasts throughout the entire NFL season, right? Including Super
Hmm.
Bowl, right? Because
We'll probably do
well, I
some
guess
stuff for
you
playoffs and
gotta.
Super Bowl this year.
I guess that's a little toward the tail end because you already drew your Super Bowl winner. But like a lot of us Americans, the ones that aren't into football, that would be the one game that we do watch annually. The non-football players might still watch the Super Bowl because it's like a big party event. It's like a gathering event for
Yeah.
Americans. So that's exciting too. Uh, awesome. Well, we covered a whole lot. If anyone has questions, throw them in. I learned a bit too here. This is awesome. And we'll play a grub next, but I'm sure or if heck, the game starts in 15 minutes. So here in the next, when
Yeah.
that happens, we can see
That's
how the tournament. Make sure you have a team in that tournament so we can see like the points.
it's if you're going to be putting in any teams tonight, I think who plays? I think it's Browns and Eagles. They play tonight. So if you want to have them on your team, you have to have them in before like about 5-10 minutes before kickoff. I would do it a little like if you're going to play them, I'd play them now just to make
Yeah,
sure.
I'd say if you want to play any cards for this game coming up, you gotta do it now. You gotta get.
I think it's Browns and Eagles.
And you cannot enter your giveaway prizes into this one. That'll come tomorrow. So you gotta get your cards now if you want them. All right, interesting.
But that's only for you can still like, even though the Browns and the Eagles are playing, where the other teams haven't played it, you can still make rosters with players from them teams until they kick off. Then you can't use them anymore. So it's pretty much just like you can't go and edit after they already start playing.
Oh,
you know
right.
what I mean?
Inside of a game that's happening. Yeah, it makes sense. You don't want switching out if you don't like your results. You don't major gamble with it. That's part of the whole game. Yeah. All right. But after the game's over, you can always switch out your team. So if you're entered into a tournament, are you stuck with that team for the whole week, or can you still switch them out in between games?
As long as the person hasn't played on your team.
Okay, if person hasn't played.
If they have points, you won't be able to take them out,
all right. I think you said that just now.
But besides that, though, you can switch out. Say like you're looking at a game and you think that the defense that you put in isn't going to be as good as one that you just found or something. Neither of them have played. You can go and switch it.
Sweet.
Which you can edit through.
Do you have a team that's in one of the tournaments already?
Yeah, I got 4 already.
Oh, you're in there. Yeah. But you saw that you hit create new team and then you pick your. Where's the button?
I can do it.
There's a button for it to select, to auto select. Did we look at that already?
Well, not yet, but what I was talking about, you see how the projected value, it sorts by the highest projected value. So I'm just gonna go pick him. You see?
Yeah, that's helpful that it shows you hover and it shows the player, the active player. That's helpful. Now you can go, even if you don't watch or know stats, you can still go and Google that person now and you get something.
I'll just say that
you can get previous stats.
This costed a pretty penny to be able to show them pretty faces. Yeah, it did. But I think it's worth it.
All dev costs a lot of pretty pennies. So everyone knows, even the tiniest dev changes cost a lot. So
nah, this was buying the API from the people. And then paying the fee to use the.
Okay, so that's even something on top. Well, let's thank the NFTdraft dev team for figuring that one out.
But it's so cool.
I like it too. Awesome. Well,
I gotta get season 3s in there.
We're gonna do a grubs, and I guess here in the next between now and the hour, we're also gonna see what a live game looks like and the points that come in. Not that we're gonna sit here and watch football, but just get a little overview of that. And then if there's more questions, throw them at us. It's the last shot to get questions directly from T Wood. Granted, you can always ask him stuff in Discord, just like any of our collabs. They have their Discord. You go in there. There's people that help you out there. Is that like the best place to find you? I saw that there's a Telegram. There's obviously Twitter. There's YouTube and Twitch. And all of those links are on the Bounty Block contest. So an easy way is just to enter. Just follow all the things by entering the contest. And then you can stay updated. But I know the Discord is hopping, so that's where you can really get it.
Yeah, Discord where you want to be. Especially once the games start popping and stuff. We're going to talk some crap.
What's your favorite? What's the team that you usually are rooting for or have players from? Or are you just like all over the place?
I like the Titans, but I don't really... What can you really do with them? You know what I'm saying? But I just play whoever.
West Virginians root for the Steelers, the Ravens, just because it's what's kind of closer. But
I always thought it was funny that they picked the Steelers when like the Browns are so much closer. You know what I mean? Don't say you think
you don't hear much about the Browns. I know a lot of Steelers fans. I know Ravens fans. I don't. I get. And then I guess you can still like a team across the country too. You know, if West Virginia had a pro team, though, it's like, because the way that West Virginians are gung ho about WVU and Marshall football.
Yeah.
Whoa. So if we had a pro team, we'd be nuts over it. But hey, WVU's got a good team though. They place well a lot.
You see what I'm wearing, baby?
Oh yeah, there you go. He's repping the
see?
WVU, baby. Can you talk about the rental
goes.
process, how it works? I'm more interested in renting my cards. That's a good question. We didn't cover
cool.
that.
Yeah, thanks for reminding. I see stuff and get distracted.
That's a good. I noticed that feature on the website. That's a very cool feature. Let other players rent your cards.
Man, I about forgot to tell y'all about the coolest thing. You don't even need cards to play this year, man. It's the way that we're doing it is people can stake their cards to this pool, and then you can come in and just pick whoever you want your team to be, and you just split your winnings with them. They get 60% of what you win. You get 35%, and NFTdraft gets 5%. The cool thing about that, though, where you're playing, say you win the tournament, you get the golden ticket. If you place first in the main event, you get a golden ticket for the Super Bowl drawing. I don't know if I said that already. But any NFTs that we give away or anything like that goes to the free-to-play person, not the renter or the person that rented their cards to you.
Are you paying anything to rent, or is it only the split? Like if
they only get a cut of your winnings if you win.
So it's free. It's actually free to rent them.
Yeah.
I can pick what I want, and that person is just offering it for me to play, and then we split winnings.
Yeah, it'll just be a big pool. You go in, so you just pick your players. As long as they're available in the pool, you'll see them. So like when you go in.
Nice. That way. Yeah. That's so cool. That way, when you have people that have a whole bunch of cards, or maybe they don't play or know much about football or watch football, and they're wanting to earn, and they can put their cards up for rent, and then other people that do like to watch and play but don't have cards, they can just grab them for free and then play with them, and then the person that's renting them is banking off those people doing well in the tournaments, and then it's splitting them. So it's just sharing the cards to be able to play, and you're letting the better players or the more experienced football people play with your cards. That is brilliant. I'm sure it works really well too, huh? Right on the site, you can just put them into a pool, and
it'll be ready closer to the season because
okay, not quite yet. Okay.
Because the way with we want to do the one-click team. Well, with our different seasons and stuff, it's a lot of work on the devs for them to figure out how to auto-create that team. So they have to go in and say like a card that is 20 points for Green Bay on season 1, but is like 16 points for Green Bay on season 3. It'll get like a number value in comparison, and then it's a lot of work and a lot of thought, but we have to finish that I think before we can do the other thing. Well,
that's a really awesome feature, and it kind of lets newbies mix right in with the experienced people, and then people that like to hoard stuff, and it's just. And then people that don't have the stuff but want to play, it just lets everybody mix together. I think that's a really good way to do that.
Yeah, so if you was being a free to play, you just come in, hit play now, go into the free section, and
and new players just to try the game. That's right, Buzz King. So new players that don't want to commit to buying a pack, they can just try just see what's in the rental and try it for free, and then still win money. That's brilliant. All right, that's awesome.
There is a little stipulation for people putting their cards into the pool. You have to submit at least 20 season 3 cards to be eligible, and for every card that you stake, you have to submit 1 wax for it.
Okay.
That's to cover the possible CPU cost of.
Okay, so there's a small payment to put your cards in, and you need a nice little bag of cards to put them in.
But it's just like staking. You get it all back.
Okay, you get it all back. It's just staking. Gotcha.
Because that's what we're going to use it for. That's just to kind of a buffer, because we don't know how big the free to play or people wanting to put cards in is going to be.
Yeah, it's experimental, and it could change depending on how it goes. But that's awesome. Yeah. I love that you're offering this and going to experiment with it. I think it could help a lot of people. Let's go get a grubfish in. Let's give away some more cards.
Give it to the people.
But we'll keep T-Wood here. We'll still keep going. After the grub, we'll see what the tournament looks like when points are coming in. And then any last questions before the hour. And then I'm still going to continue. I'm going to go for at least another hour beyond that. We'll be here for at least an hour and a half from now, at least. And I have more Grubfish to play, more prizes. And then I want to check out this metaverse a little bit and show you some of the options, all right? So for this Grubfish, it'll be the same thing as last time. First place gets a pin, common pin from NFTOPIA. Second place gets a starter pack. You can enter it into a tournament starting tomorrow, right when you receive it. Third, fourth, fifth gets a promo pack. Every other player gets a random card. And the biggest grub sploder can get a pack of 3 promos from ConsumerBreak. Last chance to get in here. Expensive playing your wallet. Let's do it. Let's get a card. Let's get a card, y'all. Let's get cards. All right. All right.
Do better. Where's Blue Dragon at? Do better.
Do better. Do better. Gotta love the Blue Dragon.
That's my boy.
You've known him for a minute too. Yeah, and we can go into our friendship with Blue Dragon for a little bit too. All right, here we go. In 3, actually, yeah.
I love that guy.
In 3, in 2, in 1. Good luck. I'm gonna actually be right back. I'm gonna hit the bathroom. All right. Opasek! Opasek! Congrats! You got an NFTOPIA common pin. Second is NFTOPIA Pop Lover. You got a starter pack from NFTdraft. You can enter into the tournament starting tomorrow. Unless you already have a team. but now you got a whole nother team. Congrats! And then also a promo pack goes to Brerapin, Oga, and Poppinstock. That's an NFTdraft promo pack. And everybody else that just played will get a random card. Which I'm sure is a common, but hey, that might be the one that scores a whole bunch next game. You never know.
You might get a standout. You never know.
And then Waxpot Heads with 4 murders in it to win it with ConsumerBreak pack of 3 promos. Well done. Well done. Let's go ahead and play again. That is all the NFTdraft prizes for Grubfish. But we have all those other NFTdraft prizes on the puzzle game, so make sure to solve the puzzle game. And we have the bounty block contest, which also has 20 winners, all right? But for the rest of the grubs, I still have lots of prizes from others. So here we're still going to chat a little bit more about NFTdraft and maybe see how some of these points come in. Hopefully you get some points on your team. But then we'll still have Grubfish with prizes from Valor and Vellum. We got Warsaken pack. We got Dogzilla, Orchid Hunter. Different things, different cool things. All right. So stay tuned. And I'd like you all to check out also here in a little bit the options on this metaverse and let us know what you think of those and maybe even suggestions. All right. So I'm gonna flip it back to your screen share.
So I just had to fix it. I guess I exited off of it. But yeah, I got it up.
Oh.
It was like nick of time type thing.
Well, now I'm seeing 2. That's okay.
I might have messed you up.
Oh, I got it. I got you.
Got it?
I think. Move something. Scroll.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I couldn't figure out how to bring up the screen share without clicking that link again.
So what? Show us the team that you got. Like one of the teams that you got in the tournament that's about to play. Can you see your own team? Or like?
Oh yeah.
You got players in there from the game that's about to start?
I'm not sure. Was it Philadelphia Browns? Nah, I don't. Not on this one. Let me see. Somebody will though. Nah, that one either. Somebody will. We should be able to see all their cards and stuff too once the game starts. You see this guy right here? With the gift. Watch out for that guy.
Yeah, he's running.
No, that dude has like 14,000 cards.
14,000? How do you get that many cards? You ape in?
Determination. I don't know, man. That's that man.
Is there ways? What are some ways to win card packs? Obviously, when you do collabs like this one, do you do any kind of regular, other than the tournaments for the wax, but do you do any kind of giveaways and such for more packs?
Oh yeah, there's usually it's like a join our Discord, open a ticket, and ask for a pack, and we'll probably give you one, honestly.
So you can get a starter pack just for asking. Yeah, I seen the NFT drafter in there doing work. Who's onboarding people and he'll help new people out. A lot of people in there helping each other out. I'm seeing a lot of people creating wax wallets in there. How's that? How do you like that, guys? NFTdraft is doing some pretty good work onboarding new people to wax. And we all love seeing that. And they have already created the codes and onboarded people. How many did you say?
Between 700 and 800 at this point.
700 or 800 people that they created wallets for to play NFT Draft and that now have wax wallets. So love that. And they're still doing more promotion outside of just this space. I know you're doing stuff in Decentraland and who knows what else. You showed me we
got a Street Fighter type thing for Introverse.
Looking game. They got a character in there and it's like an online Street Fighter like game. I was like, okay.
And it's cool because, like, say if we get the most people to come and play and do the best with our character or whatever, they'll come and buy, like, they'll sweep the floor of our collection if we win. So that's kind of like the appeal of playing in it, is if we win, they'll come and sweep the floor of our collection for a certain dollar amount.
Nice. So yeah, it's always nice to see doing that kind of work, good work. And again, they had investment funding, which is very rare for any Web3 company, let alone a wax project. So that's awesome that that funding allowed you to rebuild the whole thing to where it works well, and then also all this extra promo and prizes, including the Super Bowl tickets. That's awesome. So hopefully
that's expensive.
Hopefully this season's gonna be a hit. Hopefully for both NFT Draft and for bringing a whole bunch of new people, some footballers into the blockchain. Some fantasy football players. That's the target. Hit up fantasy football players. Get them onto Wax.
I can actually see Interpol's team now too.
All right, yeah. Let's tell us about this team. Is that good? We're gonna hang out just for a little more here before I sign T-Wood off, and then I'm going to continue with Grubfish and looking at the metaverse. About another hour.
And Interpol actually has something that we could watch. He has a Philadelphia QB.
Nice. So without watching the actual football game, you would, I guess, see the points just appear, huh? If you got them.
And it'll reorder you in your respective position to the rest of the people as well.
So that's like a live leaderboard right there. It's going to show.
Yeah.
So currently still none has happened yet. So they're all 0. Okay.
But I'm not sure if they're playing yet or if they're still just...
Okay. Well, we're not... Yeah. If points come in, it'd be cool to see. But that's how it works. We see how it works. And if you got cards, build yourself a team. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, at the very least, get a starter pack and enter that thing. Maybe ask some of my friends who they think will score well in the coming weeks. I don't know, but there's people around here that know.
Yeah, that's like I said, you can change it every week. So, say that's where the fun comes in. Cause say, you know, you got like a 15, 16 point card, and say like something crazy happens and they decide to trade Patrick Mahomes or something, and he somehow goes to that team with that 16 point card. You know what I'm saying? That card just becomes so, like, especially me, valuable, because compared to what it used to, like, say that would happen, you'd save 4 points in your cost on Patty Mahomes, and that's just wild. That's the same for like the higher rarity and stuff too. It's like the higher rarity cards, there's 5 levels of rarity. You know, common, standout, team captain, MVP, and GOAT. And when you get up to the MVPs and GOATs, you actually get reduction on the point cost of that card. So like I think a GOAT's like 2 points cheaper than normal, which makes higher rarities good. And that's how scoring, like, say me and you put in the same team. If I had one card that's a standout, I'm gonna have a higher score than you because they get a little extra percentage. Each rarity gets an extra percentage of
yeah, so the better scoring. I mean, I don't think we flat out said that, but yeah, if your rarity's better, you're going to score better. It's like multipliers, right?
It's only like a small. It's enough to say if me and you put in the same team, it's enough for me to beat you.
Gotcha. Okay, just a little slight advantage.
Yeah,
okay.
and that's where it comes into, because the big problem with fantasy football and stuff is just putting in the same teams of other people and tying, and you know, splitting prize money. Say for first, like 5 people all hit first with the same score. They
same
split the
team,
money or
yeah.
whatever.
Huh.
So with this, like I think there was one time that I seen that having a rare card actually won somebody first place.
How is each position only one, or can 2 people have the same position of the same team? So it's like a duplicate of the template, I guess.
What do you mean?
There's not only one position of the one team. The card isn't like a 1-of-1 for the position. There could be multiple people having the same exact position and team, the same card, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting if every position only had one. All right.
Well, see, that's what we was worried about with the team creation suite, the one-click team. But the more I think about it, I don't think we're going to see any duplicates, because in order for the team creation suite to give you the same team as somebody else, you would have to have every single card that they have. You know what I'm saying? So like, the best team that you're possibly ever going to pull from the projected team creation suite would only happen if you have every card from every season. Because the way that the value system works is where some cards are cheaper but they get the same points. I may be messing up my words a little bit, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or did I lose you?
No, that's good. That's good.
But basically, it's the rarities help stop scoring ties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, only seen it once matter, but it won that guy that tournament with by like a 0.4 points or something. So, you know.
All right. Any last questions for T-Wood? Are there any strategies that you can maybe suggest beyond just, I guess, watching football and looking for stats from players? Is there any other like little tips on making a good team? I guess maybe look at the past winners, past tournament winners, and see who they played. Maybe.
Well, see, I feel like you win tournaments by the people that you never suspected. It's like that breakout play from, a tight end or something will put you in the money. And if you can actually see on the tournaments now, they are updating. You can see expected payouts. I'm not sure if you're still
currently in the money. There. Oh my goodness.
Expected payout 3K wax for first.
And that is because and those two are tied though. Oh no, they're not. Okay. So it happens in real time. Oh, that's exciting, actually. This makes football more fun. But that is based on the real-life NFL players that are currently playing it live. And the players did something in the game. They scored something, or they caught the ball, or they ran, or whatever. And these people here are holding those positions of those teams, so they got the points based on the players that they had. And that's what gave them that little status. And it all happens automatically. All you have to do is enter the tournament with who you picked.
And this is really the fun part, is just to like refresh every now and then and just, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
Just see where you are.
Crypto Gamer says if a team's recently got a good quarterback, but they had a bad one in 2021, it'd be better to get the card from 2021 since it cost less to play.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's where
and then
there's so much strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense because the stats are still from the new quarterback because it's based on position. But then you got it from last season, which helped you.
That good. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all are picking it up.
You're picking it up, so that's a strategy. Yeah. This is mind-blowing. Can't wait to jump in. Well, we're glad to hear that, Crypto Gamer. Fantastic. Yeah, I learned a lot too. I knew some of this stuff, and we also had our interview in NFTOPIA, but there's a lot of new stuff here too. And I also don't know much about fantasy football, so I think I learned some here. And it's really a lot simpler than I thought too. So you can literally just get some cards, put them in, and see what happens. You don't have to follow football for it. Awesome sauce.
It's almost like you're role-playing football when you do this. You know what I mean? Like making your own little team. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fun.
And fantasy football has been a thing that's happened for decades, for a long time.
Oh yeah, people used to
on
do
paper,
paper. Yeah.
So that fantasy football idea is not a new thing, but their spin on it sure is. It's the future of fantasy football, as they say on their media. Where you own the players and it's Web3 fantasy football. So, and it's got real tournament wins here, big ones. That's awesome. We're gonna sign you off here in a minute. So if there's any last questions for T-Wood, because I'm gonna still stay on here for an hour or so, and see what's what. But this has been a great interview. We're excited for what's to come. And obviously, I thank you for bringing me to Wax and just being a friend throughout this the whole experience.
I'm really glad you came to Wax.
2 years ago, I had not the slightest idea this is what I'd be doing. I had no clue I'd be a streamer or would anything with NFTs. Had no idea. So there you go. And now I'm the head of a NFT convention, and I do regular streams, and we have regular collabs from Wax, and we do all these prizes from Wax, and really change things up. and
So I knew you'd be a good fit for
and
Wax
a
Bank.
good future
You're always
potential.
one of the community. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and he knew. I mean, I've done videos before, so it's not like me being on screen was new. But I was never a streamer though, so me getting on live was a new thing. I just started and it worked out well enough. Can I get a pack, please, Interpol? Can Interpol get another pack?
DM me on Discord, bro. I got you.
Hook you up. All right. Yeah, let's obviously we're staying in touch, but anybody else that's interested in this, also stay in touch. Join the Discord, ask stuff. Maybe if you're winning, getting points, showboat a little bit, be like, hey, that's what people in football do.
Yeah.
It's a big rivalry of teams, a friendly rivalry of teams. So you can do the same with your own teams here, and they'll love it. The banter is what's really fun about it. So make sure to do that, and we'll keep up and see what happens in the coming season. We appreciate you having here, T Wood. It's been awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Hey.
Also, real quick, I want to shout out Puzzled Puzzler. I've never seen somebody as on top of stuff as they're on it. Man, you say something, they got it in the chat.
Puzzled Puzzler is the most amazing Twitch and Discord mod one could have. Puzzled Puzzler also has been here with ConsumerBreak for at least 2 or 3 years before Wax as well, and joined as well as Randman. Who's peeking above me right there. Randman. The two of them are two of the very few that stuck around since 2020, even when the cash money stopped, and now became extreme wax heads. And that's right, Puzzle Puzzler is the one that does all those chat codes, and anything that I speak goes into the chat via links. That's amazing. So thank you for that. Yeah. Any last words for the fam before I sign you out?
Come get some teams in so you can watch me beat you.
That's right. Let's get that showboating on. We'll see where
a little sweating guy with on the avatar. It's me.
We'll see where you land on the. Yeah, that's. Might just check the tournament wins and see how far up old Wood's gotten. Just jumped in, says Crypto Gamer. All right, fantastic. Anybody else? Don't forget to join our collab too. Solve the puzzle, join the bounty block. You may just win something later. All right, T Wood, you have a good rest of your day, my guy.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Peace.